For the past century, the dark underbelly of the child acting world has made itself apparent time and time again, churning out world superstars that in turn become unrecognizable adults. Some successful, others turning towards the street completely alone. Today's story is so different because Tylor Chase wasn't switching wigs on Hannah Montana or singing with Ariana Grande on Nickelodeon. Yes, he was on Nickelodeon, but he was on the show all of us watched while the commercials were on the other networks. And no, I'm not talking about him or her or him or even him. Today, I'm talking about Martin, more specifically the adorably bubbly actor named Tylor Chase who brought him to life, and his subsequent descent into homelessness. No one knew, not his parents, friends, or co-stars, that behind that sweet smile and all those quick quips was a teenager suffering the debilitating pressures of bipolar and schizophrenia. I know there have been other videos made about his story, but this is without a doubt the deepest dive you're going to find here on YouTube. So join me as I dive into Tylor's secret YouTube channel and decode some truly heart-wrenching videos of Tylor screaming out for help to an internet full of people who didn't listen. And finally, I'm diving deep into the unbelievable story of the Ned's Declassified cast tracking Tylor down in person, only to shove a camera in his face, put it on TikTok, and make the entire situation even more wild. But before we get into all of that, I actually want to take a quick break to thank my partner CyberGhost VPN for sponsoring this video. With over 38 million users worldwide and over 20,000 excellent reviews on Trustpilot, it's one of the best VPNs period, and you need a VPN. First of all, a VPN is essential for protecting your digital privacy. Plenty of eyes are watching you every time you go online, and even incognito mode doesn't prevent that. Your internet service provider, your school or work's IT department, even your home Wi-Fi router, they can all track what you do online. And that's where CyberGhost VPN comes in. Simply select one of their over 100 locations before you browse to encrypt and reroute all your traffic through their secure servers. This way, your online activity stays private, shielding the world from all your private data. CyberGhost also unlocks geo-restricted games and content from over 40 streaming platforms, like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Disney+. And you can even score better deals online by simply changing your virtual location. It works on all major devices and operating systems, Windows, Mac OS, Android, iOS, and you can protect up to 7 devices at the same time, so your entire family can keep their internet usage as safe and private as possible. With my link in the description, you get their best deal ever. Just $2.03 a month plus 4 months for free, which is 84% off. There's even a 45-day money-back guarantee, so you genuinely have nothing to lose. It's a great product. I've been using it ever since they reached out to me, and I can definitely recommend it. By signing up using my link in the description, you also help me to create more videos like this one. So thank you to CyberGhost so much for partnering with Secret Society. But now back to the video. To start this story, we have to journey back to the early 2000s, where Tylor Chase first got his start in the entertainment industry. It's important to note that very little is known about Tylor's actual childhood. The only known facts are that he was born in Arizona and eventually moved to Los Angeles to pursue acting. His big break came at 15 years old, when he was cast in the middle school comedy Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide, as the reoccurring character of Martin, a fast-talking, enthusiastic, and outgoing character always finding himself in trouble. During the show's run, actors like Devin Werkheiser, Daniel Curtis Lee, and Lindsay Shaw would make a small name for themselves in the entertainment industry, doing various magazine interviews and even playing additional TV roles while playing their respective characters on Ned's Declassified. But Tylor was completely different. Because he was a supporting character on one of Nickelodeon's weaker shows in their lineup, history of interviews or any appearances besides Ned's Declassified are virtually non-existent. He never got to that next step in his TV stardom. His best bet was the ill-fated sequel to Ned's titled Ned's Declassified High School Survival Guide. But because the creator of the show was working on the all-new Big Time Rush, Lindsay Shaw had moved on to ABC, and Daniel Curtis Lee was already committed to Zeke and Luther, the only people on board were Devin Werkheiser and probably Tylor Chase. But the show was never greenlit into production. While acting in Ned's Declassified, Tylor would portray a background student in the TV show Everybody Hates Chris. He would star in a short film titled Confessions of a Late Bloomer in 2006, and his biggest role other than Ned's Declassified was Good Time Max, a James Franco-directed drama where Tylor portrayed the young version of the lead character, Adam. Sadly, after this movie and Ned's Declassified both wrapped, Tylor would find one more role in the form of an acclaimed video game called LA Noire, where he provided the voice and motion capture for a character creator named Hank Newburn. After this, according to Tylor, the momentum faded. He was never able to transition into an adult career, and after the video game voice role, Tylor effectively left the entertainment industry and made a major life change, moving back home to Georgia to live with his father. The Ned sequel clearly wasn't happening, and beyond some brief motion capture work, Tylor hadn't worked in nearly 4 years up to that point, quietly exiting the industry in his early 20s. Tylor was quietly living his life. For years, the world would genuinely hear nothing from him. No projects, no posts, no videos. That is until 2014, when he launched his YouTube channel. This YouTube channel is the key to finding out what truly happened to Tylor Chase, all from the years he was inactive in the entertainment industry. And I really haven't seen this channel widely talked about at all, so I spent all day diving deep into the entire thing. And I'm a little disturbed, but overall intrigued. Tylor Chase uploaded his first public video to YouTube on May 7th, 2012, and it was titled Introduction.
Hello everyone, my name is Tylor, and this will be my video blog channel. Basically, I've never had a video blog channel before, as you probably don't recognize me, but I've been watching vloggers for a while now. A lot of respect for people like Smosh, Ryan Higa. I'm just gonna snap around now because of that respect, but you know, hopefully they'll see my vids. I'm going to be posting videos from time to time, hopefully about once a week, because this channel is going to be regarding the topic of writing. But it's not going to be instructional or anything like that. It's going to be some of my poems that I have been creating over the last couple of years. Other than that, you know, if I write one this week, I'll maybe post that and see what you guys think. I do have some that are relatable to the man, Edgar Allan Poe. If you do enjoy my channel, please do subscribe, because I really want to try this out. You know, I'm new to this whole YouTube thing. My name is Tylor, and this is my video channel.
Tylor would post a few poems on this channel, but he would completely abandon it less than 3 weeks after he uploaded that first video. The world would be in the dark about where Tylor was for over a year and a half, till one fateful day on July 24th, 2014, when Tylor started an all-new channel with an all-new poem, this time titled Abstractly Diagonal, and it was a much darker vibe than his first channel.
My room is a constellation, portrays the light as well as the dark sides of me. There's a me inside of me that actually enjoys the mess. After a frightening event one day, I came back to my home at the time, and when I think back on it now, all I can remember is the static on my TV and the Sesame Street characters lulling me to sleep. My brother told me the next week that he thought I was broken. He told me that when he was watching foam exit through my mouth like people on an elevator, that he thought that maybe God spelled the wrong word of my sentence that day. I woke from my unconscious state of recovery. They told I had a seizure.
Most of these poems are deep philosophical looks into why people go to war, and attempting to get to the root of human existence. And it truly shows how sad and dark he was on the inside. But a few of them center on Tylor's mental state. The first poem he uploaded like this was titled My Schizophrenic Romance, and it delved into the persona of another identity he felt was in his soul.
I look at my reflection in the mirror on the ceiling, and I see you. I see what it is that I want to be, what identity I must live under. Sometimes, my soul guides me into your persona. In a way, I am you. I am what you symbolize, only I'm only 15, and this is only my life. I've already imagined it. Will you no longer live inside of me, but beside me? I love you. So life prances from one being to another. Old souls are given prizes and plunder. All think of time. All will thrive.
Through these poems, the story of a good-natured guy tortured by his own mental state quickly becomes apparent. One of the most touching and telling stories was The First Home, a short story Tylor wrote about a man with a worn-out peacoat saving up all his money to buy a new one, only to walk out of the Goodwill with his new coat and see a different man in a tattered coat, in the same exact position as him.
Just then, you notice a homeless man in front of the store, outfit torn up and rattled, whose eyes tell the same emotional story deep in his soul. You laugh as you run home in the cold, looking forward to putting on a second shirt.
This one made me emotional. I feel like not a lot of people would take their time, energy, and emotion to write a beautiful story like this one. To know that he's living the life of the people that he wrote, it's honestly devastating. Anyway, the only poem I've actually seen spoken about in this entire page is called Bipolar. This one is the first time Tylor explicitly said a poem detailing the trials and tribulations are about his own personal mental health.
Ladies and gents, this one's called Bipolar. I'm only just a person, a lowly being incapable of change, and I'm chained down to my bedroom by the gravity of bipolar. If I were a sailor, or a pirate for that matter, then surely, well, of course there is a seldom moment of a peaceful wave. I still look to the cloudy, dark, abandoned and blackened sky, as the peaceful waters convert back to wicked, wretched waves of destruction. Basically, I have a hard time in life. I know that I can make it better. Right now I'm a magician who has misplaced his top hat and rabbits. No one comes to my shows anymore. I'm a leaf in a running gutter with the inevitable fate of ending up in a drain. Perhaps I am doomed. Perhaps I have done nothing. Perhaps I am nothing.
It's just so sad to me to see Tylor crying out for help for over a decade, and to see where he is now, it's just so heartbreaking. Like, he knew he needed help and no one was there. Over the years, Tylor would quietly upload these videos to very little fanfare, but each would paint a whole new story. Like another near-death experience, Tylor explained as dying and coming back to life, basically explaining that he flatlined.
What happened was when I was 21, I was at the casino and I was drinking a cranberry juice and my heart started to hurt. So I got up and started walking away, gonna go get some fresh air or something. Before I know it, I faint. After that, I cross over and I see this beautiful, I shouldn't say faint, I said lose consciousness, and my consciousness crossed over and I see a beautiful blue and yellow tunnel. You know, you might not believe me, but I really did cross over and I really did see the other side.
This would be followed by an additional abstract explanation of his bipolar.
Scared, lost, afraid of the universe, yet only living in my world. Am I truly in peril, or is my reality just another version of a forgotten memory?
He would release countless poems like this. And like I said, I genuinely spent hours this weekend listening to every single one of them. And my main takeaway is, honestly, for such a cheery and nice exterior, Tylor was so tormented on the inside for years. And he was crying out for help on YouTube and no one listened. Around 2021, when he posted his new gothic look, Tylor's family was allegedly able to get him into a rehabilitation program. His dad saying he received payment and there was progress for a time, but he allegedly stopped taking his bipolar medication and resumed substance abuse. His final videos would be uploaded to his YouTube channel around this time, and after the failure of rehab, Tylor made his final current move to the sunny Riverside, California, where his realtor mother Paula provided a home base for him. This is where Tylor Chase's digital footprint of himself entirely stops. In 2022 and 2023, Tylor Chase's life had sadly descended into homelessness and legal trouble, even if the public was unaware until later. But court records show that in Riverside County, Tylor had multiple run-ins with the law starting in 2023. In fact, from August 2023 through late 2025, he amassed a string of about 12 minor criminal cases, mostly misdemeanors. These included shoplifting small items worth under $950 and reported incidents of being under the influence of controlled substances in public. In other words, his addictions were leading him into petty crime and erratic behavior. Warrants were issued at times when he missed court, but police noted that he was not considered dangerous or wanted by authorities in any serious sense. The petty thefts and drug incidents were symptomatic of a person living rough and in the grip of addiction, rather than any malicious intent. Throughout this period, Tylor was effectively living transiently. He would stay with friends or outdoors around Riverside. His mother tried to keep him off the streets, for example, providing cell phones to stay in touch, but he would lose lose them and drift away. Tylor's mother was adamant that simply giving him money wasn't the answer, writing to one concerned fan that Tylor needs medical attention, not money. Money would not be a benefit to him. His family recognized his problems were beyond quick cash advances. Mental illness and substance dependence had left him unable to manage basic responsibilities like holding onto a phone or keeping track of medication. That brings us to the massively viral reveal of what Tylor Chase looks like today. In September of 2025, a TikTok user recorded a video of a disheveled, unrecognizable Tylor Chase.
Hello, my name is Tylor Chase, and I'm here on a Christian movement for acting.
It went absolutely viral. Tylor's name was in the headlines for the very first time. Everyone who remembered that clean-cut, cheery, happy-go-lucky kid from Ned's Declassified was shocked at Tylor's physical condition. Hearsay from Riverside locals in the comment section of TikToks began spreading like wildfire, saying Tylor was the sweetest guy and always wanted to do small odd jobs for the businesses in Riverside. And that when anyone approached him, he was super happy-go-lucky and loves telling people to Google his old TV projects in Google Images.
You said I have a very beautiful face?
Yes,
You're so sweet. You're so kind.
You have a pretty
Thank
smile.
you, Tylor.
That's the part that breaks my heart because it's like clearly he's still in there. He's still Tylor. Like he's so nice, and everyone who's ever interacted with him, and we'll get to all of his co-stars speaking out about this, they've all said he's just so sweet and so nice, and you can still see that shining through him. Clearly, according to all those poems, Tylor was a very artistic person. And even in the state where his dad is quoted as saying he's a former shadow of himself, he's just still so sweet to the public around him.
You were at Nickelodeon, huh?
Yeah,
For how long?
for about 3 years. I acted for a little more than 5 years.
He was actually cleaning up the streets when I found him.
Hey bro, you brought us so much happiness on TV. I'm gonna bring you a little happiness today, alright?
God bless you, my friend.
You brought us a lot of happiness on Nickelodeon, so
Thank you very much.
no problem, man. It's the least we could do for you.
As it was called Ned's Declassified, his school survival guide that he created with his best allies, his best
Nickelodeon.
friends.
Cool, bro. Hey, you have a good one, okay?
On December 22nd, at the height of the video's popularity, Devin Werkheiser, who portrayed the role of Ned, would take to TMZ to speak out about Tylor, saying, quote, "Tylor was a sensitive, sweet, and kind kid. It is heartbreaking to see him this way. My only hope is that from this exposure, someone with real understanding and resources can step in and get Tylor into treatment and help him get back on track." At the same time, multiple efforts to house Tylor would emerge. The most documented was Daniel Curtis Lee. He portrayed Cookie on Ned's Declassified, and he would directly go to the streets of Riverside to find Tylor himself. After he eventually found him, he got Tylor a hotel, some pizza, and enough to stay warm for the holidays. But he also documented the entire thing on social media.
A lot of you guys are concerned about Tylor Chase this holiday season, and I just wanted to give you an update. Sean Weiss and his team put a lot of effort into trying to get him into a hospital last night, and I thought it worked. His dad told me it worked, but it turns out he kind of backed out. So today I went to have pizza with him. It was delicious. Shout out Blaze Pizza.
Yeah.
Cheese, you got the cheese, and now that's the way you eat a pizza right there. That's the way. I also got to let him chat with his old friend Devin Werkheiser and my guy Nettie. So they couldn't get him into a car last night, and that's why they weren't able to get him to the hospital. But he trusted an old friend. Yeah, it's the holiday season, it's rainy out, and I just wanted him to have at least some basic accommodations. He wanted to stay local, and this was the only one that was open and accepting people. So here we are, man. I'm going to come back and holler at you, man, and we'll talk more about trying to get that situation squared away so we can do the rehab or whatever we need to, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Give me a hug, man. Love you, brother. Love you, man. So happy to see you, dude.
Thank you. I'm so happy to see you as well.
You're the man, brother, and I believe in you, and we're going to win, bro. All we got to do is stay with it and keep working, dude. Happy holidays, everyone. I hope you're somewhere nice and warm with your families. Unfortunately, Tylor Chase is not. And this is the case for millions of other Americans. All right, the hotel situation. We got Tylor shelter. Hooray. Everyone's happy. Tylor's happy. Not the case, guys. We got him into the hotel, and just that night, I receive a call from management. They're upset. The door is left open. Why is there a microwave in the tub? The refrigerator's turned over. I just feel so devastated. I'm at a loss. And family told me that they had tried the hotel thing before and it didn't work. And of course, Dan, why did you assume that you were going to be able to, just fix this situation?
What do you think about the Tylor Chase situation? I think it's extremely sad where he's ended up, and I think most of the people that are filming him are doing so because right now it's just easy views and easy, like, brownie points online. I don't think it's coming from a place of genuinely trying to help him.
He also said he was researching rehabilitation programs that would suit Tylor's exact situation. Daniel made it clear that helping Tylor was a group effort, saying, quote, several of Tylor's former co-stars are working together to help get him into a facility, end quote. In fact, Daniel noted that multiple of Ned's Declassified alums and even other former child actors had reached out offering major assistance. This is where Shaun Weiss, a former child actor from the Mighty Ducks, who had very publicly overcome meth addiction and homelessness himself, emerged as a key figure for Tylor Chase. Shaun, now sober since 2020 and working with recovery programs, said he was flooded with messages about Tylor around Christmas. On December 22nd, 2025, Shaun Weiss posted an Instagram video announcing he had sprung into action.
I have received many messages about Tylor Chase. I reached out to some friends of mine and we have a bed for him at a detox and we have a place for him to go and get long-term treatment. Thanks to my buddy Mike Jordan at 1111 Recovery. All we need to do now is find him.
See, Shaun would work with a man named Jacob Harris, the owner of a local barbershop who had befriended Tylor on the streets. So keep in mind, this is Tylor's actual friend, someone who he just met by chance, who he speaks to every day. Now, Jacob thinks he's gonna help Tylor sort of by betraying him. On Christmas Day 2025, Jacob managed to find Tylor and get a county mental health crisis team to perform an on-site psychiatric evaluation so they could determine whether he was fit for a 5150 hold. So his friend Jacob from the barbershop, the one from this video handing him money, is now double-crossing Tylor and is attempting to get medical professionals to his location to deem him incapable of taking care of himself. And I know this all comes from caring, but you can see why this would sow some deep-seated trust issues with literally anyone you meet, right? Anyway, a 5150 hold is where the state deems you're in dire need of medical attention and steps in to involuntarily hold someone against their will, all to administer the medical attention they're in need of. Jacob later told TMZ that the crisis workers, quote, decided Tylor needed to receive medical attention at a Riverside area hospital, and they arranged for him to be taken by ambulance to a hospital and to a rehab after that. This was big news, as many felt Tylor was gonna finally get the help he needed. He just needed to get through this 72-hour 5150 hold, and then he would be transported to a rehab facility that could help him get his life back on track. However, reportedly only 36 hours into the 72-hour hold, the hospital set Tylor free on the streets prematurely in the middle of the night. This frustrated Shaun Weiss, who said the hospital should have kept him for the full 72-hour hold. Then it would be determined he needed help at a rehab facility. But just like that, any hope Shaun Weiss, Daniel Curtis Lee, or Tylor's family had of getting him into a recovery center against his will vanished in an instant. Shaun Weiss later explained what happened in pretty blunt terms. Even while evaluators were with Tylor, he was smoking meth during the evaluation with no shoes or jacket in the freezing cold. Yet the current system still allowed him to walk away. The main talking point was about how this corrupt system left Tylor Chase out in the cold despite his addiction. But I think a very important missing puzzle piece is that according to every report, Tylor didn't want to get help. Yes, he seems to be in denial, only ever telling reporters that he's, quote, not homeless, and that some good people in the Riverside area are helping him out. But he also clearly doesn't want to get any better. Every article criticizing the situation is saying, quote, how dare Tylor be able to walk away a free man? And how dare this hospital just let him free into the cold? But I also don't think the answer is forced rehab against Tylor's will. We see how that goes more oftentimes than not. And if your main issue is that California doesn't let you rip someone's rights away fast enough so that you can shuffle them into a rehab facility, you clearly weren't paying attention to the Free Britney movement. Anyway, Dr. Drew would do an entire online episode of his show centered around Tylor, even interviewing Shaun Weiss from the Mighty Ducks about how to help him. But Dr. Drew just sort of made the entire point about how the conservatorship system isn't robust enough, and Tylor should be forcibly medicated against his will, and shouldn't be able to make any decisions for himself, and how homeless laws are failing our system and allowing people to live like this.
You, Shaun, you go try to help him. He runs away from treatment. Too bad, Shaun. That's just the way it goes. He's living his best life. Don't you understand that?
That's it, Dr. Drew. And in fact, you know, he's been taken in 2 times there's been mental health crisis teams that have evaluated him and taken him into custody with an ambulance, and they're supposed to keep him, and after a couple days they just let him back out onto the street. The last time they did that, I heard it was because he passed a psych evaluation.
And this is the problem with the recovery industry. They bank on people's emotions surrounding celebrities they recognize, and then control the media around that person to make them look insane, erratic, and like they're in dire need of help. According to the Riverside Police Department, even though Tylor had over 12 warrants for his arrest, he was always super kind and cooperative, and not viewed as an arrestable threat. The only person telling us that is the media. He was clearly only hurting himself. But when the recovery gang of celebrities who tout themselves around as sober gets their hands on a story, suddenly the person is villainized until they go their exact method of recovery. They immediately infantilize someone, and everyone needs to go get involved in helping them get treatment. And that the person, more often than not, never wanted it in the first place. Most of the time, their motive is just to advertise their rehab facility and make a celebrity success story, all through the press. Hence why I believe Shaun Weiss and any of the recovery people trying to help Tylor continue to speak to the very media who's sensationalizing the story. They need their recovery center, in this case 1111 Recovery Group, to be the answer when people asked how Tylor got better. It's like the second a video goes viral of a celebrity suffering from substances in the public eye, a horde of celebrity rehab centers target that individual to try and claim their success story. Through Shaun Weiss, 1111 Recovery announced they were offering Tylor a full scholarship to their program to get help anytime he needed. And even though a 5150 didn't work out, the offer still stands for Tylor to get help anytime he wants. And this just makes me think about how Lindsay Shaw handled this entire situation. She was happy with making statements on the DECLASSIFIED's podcast about everything, using his name for titles, but she also came out against TikTokers filming videos of Tylor on the street, highlighting the initial guy filming didn't even know if he was on Disney Channel or Nickelodeon. He just wanted to get clout. Lindsay was adamant about helping Tylor. When Daniel initially mentioned plans on the podcast in September to go find Tylor in person, Lindsay immediately volunteered.
I was angry because I'm like, why put a camera in someone's face when they're on hard times? And I gotta go and see him. I want to get through this fight and then try to connect with him somehow, but I just don't know. I also don't want to waste my time. I also don't want to put him on the spot.
But I'd love to go with you. Like, I'm down to go alone, but like, I don't know. I would just like love to go with you.
To check on him, yeah.
I don't, like, I'm with you in the same boat, you know? If he's like, yeah, you can't do much, but I would just love to go like speak with him and just love on him and look him in the eye, you know? I miss Tylor. I love Tylor so much. And I found out about it when you guys texted me. I had no idea.
Yeah, dude.
I guess just like go spend time with him, because like I assume, you know, he's been down like the rehab shuffle, and like if you kind of want to go there, you want to go there, but if you don't, you don't. So like I guess just like going and sitting with him is like breaks my heart. Like there's nothing really you can take there, you know? And
yeah.
Like I do want to go just like talk with him.
Yeah.
Then she reposted Jennifer Tend-Morey's from Ned's Declassified's TikTok on the situation and made her stance very firm with Jennifer's.
I knew Tylor. I grew up with Tylor. He was a co-star of mine. We were on Ned's together. He was the sweetest human being. And I don't feel right not saying anything about this situation, knowing that it is going absolutely viral again. This has gotten to a point now where I feel like I have to address it. And I was gonna say something last night, but everything that I was gonna say last night was not good, was not the best version of me. Had to sleep on this, whether I was even gonna make this video, but I feel truly like in my heart, I have to say something. Taking a camera and putting it in somebody's face that is so clearly, visibly struggling and at their lowest point in life is disturbed behavior. Like, I truly think the person that is the most sick in this video is not Tylor. It is the person behind the camera. You have to be seriously disturbed to do something like this. And the thing is, I think I immediately went, well, maybe this was a fan and they didn't know where the line was. But you, A, didn't even spell his name right, and B, thought he was on Disney Channel. So that's not it. So what was it? I can't make this video without getting so mad, because I, just like all of my co-stars, probably feel heartbroken by watching these videos. Heartbroken by watching Tylor go viral time and time again because of his struggles. It is really hard to watch. And if you know anybody or have anybody in your life or in your family that has dealt with addiction or mental illness, you will know it is not as easy as forcing them to get help. And it is not as easy as making them go to a recovery center. I'm all red-chested right now. I am so upset that these videos keep happening and people keep seeking out Tylor on the streets to film them and then post it. I didn't say anything the first time when this went viral 2 months ago because she had set up a GoFundMe for him, and I was like, maybe this is well-intentioned. I'm not God. Maybe I don't need to make a video on this, but this is now getting to the point where news and gossip outlets are reposting Tylor and his struggles without even a care in the world for what he's going through or who he even is.
But Lindsay also so clearly was backing the Ned's Declassified podcast, who also seems like they stood to financially benefit from Tylor's story. So is that it? Well, every invitation to help Tylor is still open, but this is a classic story of a group of people trying to help someone who doesn't want to help themselves. I truly empathize with everyone involved because even though the methods they're enacting to help Tylor are highly controversial, I think that when a person is high with emotion of a friend like Tylor from your past being unrecognizable and on the street, there isn't a 100% correct way to help someone. And I do think some of the people involved had good intentions when looking to help Tylor. Anyway, I want to know what you think as of now. While Tylor occasionally accepts additional help, he's still wandering the streets of Riverside. The only thing left of his past self after the Ned's Declassified sits on the Tylor Chase YouTube channel, and any plans to help Tylor seem to have been largely abandoned. At the end of all of this, Tylor did get to meet up with Sean Astin, famous as Samwise from Lord of the Rings, one of Tylor's favorite movies and something he talked extensively about on his YouTube channel. Sean hoped a normal interaction with someone he looked up to might be able to snap him back into reality. While their meeting was wholesome, Sean's help was to no avail. However, on January 28th, 2025, news broke of paparazzi photos taken of Tylor Chase in a makeshift shelter in his mother's backyard, smoking out of a glass pipe. It's really a tough situation to watch, and to be honest, everyone trying to help him with cameras in his face really don't sit right with me at all. I know the situation seems really hopeless, but I honestly invite you to put the same energy out there as I am, and that's a spirit of positivity and hopefulness for Tylor. Even in those dark videos, whether Tylor is alone in his bedroom in Georgia or back at the 7-Eleven in Riverside, he always has that same twinkle in his eye. And I know that changing your entire life is possible for anyone. So let's all send that energy out there for Tylor because he deserves it. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's all that's out there of Tylor right now. Knowing the Ned's Declassified crew, I don't think this is the last we've heard from this entire situation. So be sure to subscribe if you want any updates. Comment below what you think, and thank you so much again to CyberGhost VPN for partnering with me on this video. I use CyberGhost VPN to protect my digital life, whether I'm browsing, streaming, or working online. Right now, you can get 84% off plus 4 months free, and it's completely risk-free with a 45-day money-back guarantee. Click the link in the description and start protecting your digital life today. See you all in the next video. Bye.